And just to quote Friedrich Hayek, one of my heroes, a Nobel laureate, the economic problem of an organization is rapid adaptation to changes in its particular circumstances. Then, the ultimate decisions must be left to the people who are familiar with these circumstances, who know directly of the relevant changes and of the resources available to meet them. This problem cannot be solved by first communicating all this knowledge to a central board, which then issues its orders. Hayek is participating in something that was called the calculation debate. It went in economics between Hayek, the Austrian school. Hayek was an Austrian. Ludwig von Mises was another Austrian. Ava Lerner, which actually was given the Nobel Prize with Hayek, and Oskar Lange were the communists. And the communists said, it's possible to calculate how to run an economy with a central board. And this is how they did it in the Soviet Union. Hayek and Mises says, no, if you don't have markets, the economy will collapse. In 1920, Mises predicted that the Soviet or any communist economy would collapse because without capital markets, there was no way to allocate resources rationally. So this is a debate that took 80 years. I mean, essentially with the fall of the Berlin Wall and the Chinese embracing some sort of capitalism. It's their own breed. It's kind of a centrally controlled capitalism, but it's still far away from what Mao wanted. That debate is finished. I mean, you can see North Korea, Cuba, there are a few countries in the world, but very few countries that still embrace the communist principle that you can run a central economy. Well, the same thing happens in a company. You cannot run a central company. That's what he's saying. So this would say decentralize, allow people to do what they do best, and so on and so forth. Now, there's only one problem, and as he says, but the man on the spot cannot decide solely on the basis of his limited but intimate knowledge of his immediate surroundings. There still remains the problem of communicating to him such further information as he needs to fit his decisions into the whole pattern of changes of the larger organizational system. So this says, don't decentralize. I mean, imagine if you're a war, and you tell, okay, every soldier knows exactly what's happening in his surrounding area. So the soldier can decide, what do I do now? But then if you have 10,000 soldiers, each one of them going in their own direction, and say, oh no, I can't go forward because there's a lot of enemies forward, so I much rather go sideways, but the other people are coming the other. It's a mess. You need a strategy for everybody together. You cannot allow people to emerge with a strategy. It doesn't happen. This is an incredibly difficult problem. I'm going to say this is an impossible problem. So this is the depressing news. So now comes the good news. Two hikers are in the woods, and then they find the bear. Blah! The bear is just coming towards them. They're shocked, and one of them sits down, gets his running shoes, and starts untying his boots. And the other says, what the hell are you doing? So I'm going to run. You can't outrun the bear. I don't have to. I only have to outrun you. This is the good news. You don't have to outrun the problem. You cannot solve this problem. You only have to do it better than your competitors. Everybody has this problem. Everybody is ruined by this problem. If you only suck at it a little less than everybody else, you'll be the best in the world. I mean, I'm serious. People suck at this to no end. Companies are horrible. I told you, every company I know is struggling with this issue. Why is this so? Because people don't know what their job is. People think their job is to attack. People think their job is to defend. That's not your job. Your job is to help the company win and create economic opportunity for everybody.